is once again in the front line of the fight against pollution and environment preservation worldwide. After banning plastic bags throughout the territory in 2017, the country is venturing into the promotion of electric vehicles in order to reduce air pollution in the country. Thousands of Raptors fans had invaded downtown Toronto to watch the game that would propel their basketball team into NBA history. Their team lost the 5th round. They say they are disappointed but not worried for the next round. These are our top stories. Stay tuned for more details in this newscast. Electric cars have become for some years now the perfect solution for the preservation of the environment and other means of fighting against air pollution. This type of vehicle has won market share in the city car sector because the electric car is exemplary when in use. No muffler, no use of hydrocarbon, no smoke, and therefore no air pollution. Kenyan has understood it and has decided to promote the use of these vehicles with the objective to reduce air pollution in the country, but also to abide by the commitments made as part of the Paris Agreement on Climate. According to Martin Eshowani, Director of Road and Rail Transport at the Ministry of Transport, Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, new standards for vehicles and electric motorcycles were introduced in December 2018. Also, the government plans to implement a number of fiscal and regulatory measures to strengthen electromobility in the country. As a reminder, Kenya is not at its first pollution control plan. In 2017, the country banned the use, manufacture, and import of plastic bags into the country. Failure to comply with this legal provision, one could end up in jail or paying fines. Eating with dignity, standing upright or knowing how to express yourself at a dinner in Shanghai City, young children from the wealthy elite learn from a French teacher the good manners to shine in society. On the top floor of a 5-star hotel in the metropolis of 24 million people, 10-year-old Danielle Liu tries to walk with a precariously balanced book on her hand, a longer red line drawn at ground. The goal of the exercise, according to her mother, who is observing, is to make sure that her daughter improves her posture and becomes a real little woman able to stand out in the ultra-competitive community of rich Chinese. Danielle is part of a group of 8 children, boys and girls, whose parents decided to sacrifice one Saturday to attend this training renowned in the Shanghai high society.
I'll say it's a bit tired, but it's very interesting.
The boys are elevated to the peak of elegance with suits, bow ties, and well-polished black shoes. The girls wear flawless dresses with angelic smiles on their faces.
But I think, especially in Shanghai, actually a lot of families can afford it. Yeah, and they pay more attention to the children's quality, everything. So I think they can afford it. Second, they're willing to pay for it because this class is very necessary. Yeah.
How did you hear about it? Send their children here.
So parents are Chinese. They are proud to be Chinese, happy to be Chinese, but they want to be international, meaning being able to adapt to an international environment. So they want the kids to be able to be sent to schools abroad or to travel or to be...
The children, aged 7 to 11, seem to like the event. However, they are much more reluctant to comply with the following exercise. Do not put their elbows on the table during lunch. The parents pay the trainee Guillaume Bernadac the sum of €345 per child for 4 hours of practical classes, the equivalent of 1 week of an average salary in Shanghai. The idea is to give these children the keys to adapt to any situation for those who will have to travel abroad or find themselves in China in an international environment where they are brought to rub shoulders with different cultures in more and more competitive society. There were thousands to take over the streets of the Haitian capital to demand the resignation of President Jovenel Moïse this Sunday, 19th of June 2019. The reason for the demonstration is the petrocrib scandal which represents nearly €1.5 billion squandered, if not misappropriated. In Port-au-Prince, the march to demand a peaceful departure of the president ended with clashes between police and demonstrators. As a result, one person was killed and several others wounded.
Because the justice system is not only weak, it's corrupted. The president said that himself, that he nominated 50 judges that were corrupted. So that's why we're asking him to leave, so that we can finally find a way to do the trial.
As a reminder, Petrocrib is an alliance between the Caribbean countries and Venezuela. The latter, being the world's largest exporter of Latin American crude oil, allows Petrocrib member countries to buy their oil on preferential payment terms. A lady has been appointed head of the South African main airline company, founded in 1934 by the South African government after the takeover of the private company Union Airways. The company has recently gone through financial difficulties. On Monday, the new director took office to replace Vuyani Jarana, who resigned. Zouks Ramasiya, the new director of the South African national airline, with more than 25 years of experience in the aviation industry, plans to get the company back on track. The financial crisis that the company has been going through dates from 2011 and has not made any profit since this period. South African Airways is operating at a loss, and its leaders have launched a revised 5-year recovery plan that includes cost reduction and cancellation of unprofitable routes, requiring about 21.7 billion of rands, or more than 846 billion of CFA francs, from government treasury. In Toronto, thousands of fans who did not have the chance to watch the match in the Scotiabank Arena had gathered in the huge fan zone around the big room downtown, renamed Jurassic Park. This space became the epicenter of the excitement generated by the exploits of Canada's only NBA team. Many Jurassic Parks have also flourished in the surrounding towns. The sign that a real Raptors mania has spread all over the country, a fan zone welcomed several thousand people in Montreal, the great francophone rival of Toronto, more used to supporting its team of ice hockey. Around 11:30, after the last breathless 15 minutes, the Raptors finally lost to the Golden State Warriors, 105-106, with a 1-point difference. The story will wait. The series continues. A 6th or 7th match will be required to decide between the two teams. The next game will take place on Thursday on the Californian lands of the Warriors in Oakland. Kenya is once again in the front line of the fight against pollution and environment preservation worldwide. After banning plastic bags throughout the territory in 2017, the country is venturing into the promotion of electric vehicles in order to reduce air pollution in the country. Thousands of Raptors fans had invaded downtown Toronto to watch the game that would propel their basketball team into NBA history. Their team lost the 5th round. They say they are disappointed but not worried for the next round. That's all for our newscast today. Stay tuned on Gabon 24 for more news.